Okay, in response to Jack Attack 69 making holiday gravy, I'm making sausage gravy this morning. And he put, well, you'd have to watch his video as far as the flour ratio goes to the liquid, but he was doing a holiday gravy for the turkey drippings. Now, what I'm doing is pretty much the same. It is the same thing, the only difference is instead of using the turkey drippings, I'm using milk. And we're going to start out by browning a pound, it doesn't have to be this, but browning a pound of sausage. I'm using mild, as you can see. And I'm using an iron skillet. You can use whatever skillet that you have. So once I get it browned, I will be back and you'll see what I do with the crumbles of the sausage. Alright, before I jump to the brown sausage, I want to let you know, if you're using an iron skillet like me, you don't want it up flaming high. I started mine out on almost high, medium high, but really you need to turn it down a little bit, because if you don't, it's just going to burn, because the iron skillets produce a lot of heat and you don't really need a whole lot of heat when you're doing this. You don't have to do sausage. You can just do a milk gravy or a chicken broth gravy. And really what you're wanting to do is you need about 2 tablespoons of flour and 2 tablespoons of butter or pan drippings. And then when we get to that part, I'll show you, but pretty much you mix that up in the pan, cook it on a low flame on the stove, and then when the flour mixture gets a little bit brown, that's when you add your liquid. And you can use chicken broth, vegetable stock, milk. As far as sausage gravy goes, you use milk. Pretty much any liquid, and that goes with turkey drippings too for Thanksgiving. So when this is brown, I will come back and I'll show you what I do with it. Okay, as you can see, my sausage is browned, and what I'm going to do is put it in this paper towel lined bowl. And if it was just a regular pan, I'd say use a slotted spoon, but since this is not a regular pan, well, I'm using a wooden spoon, but don't ever put anything metal in a regular nonstick pan, by the way, because you'll scuff up the bottom if you don't already know. But I'm going to go ahead and continue to do this, and when I come back, we will finish the gravy. Alright, I've taken all the sausage out, and you see that's about maybe a tablespoon or a little bit more of grease. That's what you want. But I'm going to add just a little bit more. Yes, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of butter. Don't judge me. But normally you use 2 tablespoons of butter. And you use 2 tablespoons of flour. And you sprinkle it all on there. And then with your spoon, you're going to scrape all those brown bits on the bottom. And incorporate the flour and the butter. When you scrape off the bottom, all the brown bits, that's where all the flavor is. I know you've watched the Food Network, so you know what I'm talking about. But you see how it's bubbling? That's cooking the flour. You don't want to put your liquid in now, because if you do, you're going to get raw tasting flour in your bites when you eat it, and that's disgusting. So you keep doing this. Remember, never put, if you're using an iron skillet, like I told you before, never put it on a high flame, because you're going to burn whatever you have in the pan. So you see all the brown bits that come up from the bottom. Pretty much there's no more brown bits on the bottom. Do this side just to make sure. And I can smell the butter with this. Alright. Waiting for this little bit of butter. Alright. See how it's turning brown right there? That's the color that you want. Now we're going to add, slowly, in This is 4 cups of milk. We're going to add it in slowly. If you do this right, you're not going to get any lumps. Add it slowly. Add some more. Keep stirring. Don't stop. Keep stirring. Yep, that's my homemade biscuits. Beeping. Now I'm going to add the rest of the liquid. And this is where a whisk comes in. If you have a whisk, use it. If not, use a fork. So, you see there's no lumps so far. And there won't be either. But I take a whisk and you whisk the bottom. And you do this every once in a while, and I'm telling you, you will not have lumps. So when I come back, it will be done, and we'll put it on our biscuits. But before you do that, when you get the liquid in, if you're using milk gravy like me, you put a teaspoon to 2 teaspoons of salt, or to taste, and then a teaspoon of pepper. Taste it, and if you still need a little bit more salt, just add it to taste. Same for pepper. But just keep stirring, and then eventually it'll get thick. When it's thickened up, I'll show you what it looks like. Okay, ignore the sizzling, just making some turkey bacon. I know, anyways. So, you see, look, my gravy has no lumps. Hey, Jack Attack, I love you, love your videos, but look, no lumps. So, this is only 2 tablespoons of flour in here. Yes, I had a little bit extra pan drippings. But 2 tablespoons of flour and 2 tablespoons of butter or margarine or oil, gotta turn this down, is all you use to 4 cups of whatever liquid. And there is no lumps. And the key to no lumps is stirring constantly with a whisk. And then, you see I don't have a whisk now. It's just the spoon. So now what I'm going to do is add our drained sausage. I know, gravy's fattening. Why am I draining the sausage? Because I want to, that's why. But we're going to take the sausage and put it back into the pan. See all that grease? Look at that grease. This is why you drain it. You don't want all that extra grease in there. That's nasty. So this is almost the perfect consistency for me, but it's still going to get thickened a little thicker than that. We'll get it a little bit thicker than that. You add your sausage back. If you're not doing sausage, like I said, you're just doing the turkey drippings, omit the sausage part and just go straight for the butter and flour ratio and the milk or turkey dripping ratio I told you about. And that's it. You serve it over biscuits, which I made homemade biscuits, as you can see. They just came out of the oven. And that's it. So I hope you try this recipe, and I'll put it in the link below. And have a great day. Bye. You honestly thought I was going to leave the money shot out? No, no. This is the biscuits and gravy that I did. Biscuits and gravy. You see how thick the gravy is? Oh yeah. Awesome. Hope you try it. Bye.